Hey folks, I'm here today to show you what I'm doing with my old metal Crittall windows. So here's the window, ground out the old rusted parts. Here's one I filled earlier with this metal putty, which is turning out to be quite useful really. So here's the opening that we took the window out of. Been doing some work to the frame, bit of filling, bit of sanding, it needs some more sanding, repainting, and we're in the garage. So my process for doing this, I'm not sure if it's the right way, but first I get a blowtorch. Just clean it, heat it up, clean this, getting any grease and crap off the steel. Get your wire brush, just clean it, clean the edges you're going to be attaching the putty to. So now we're going to need something to support the putty once it's in. I'm just using a bit of thin plastic card, which I'm going to wedge in here, get a clamp underneath to hold it in place. Another thing it says to do is give it a sand, give the edges where you'll be putting the putty on a quick sand just to roughen up the steel so you get a good bonding coat. Sorry about the camera work, it's hard to do two things at once. Really try to get in there along the edge where the putty's going to bond. So I've just sanded that down as much as I could, just trying to get all the rust and grease off your steel in preparation for adding the putty. Sorry about the focus, it's not focusing too well, but I've basically cleaned the steel, got it right back to a nice clean finish. Now I'm going to mix up some putty and put my clamp in place. So here I'm just adding a bit of wood and a bit of plastic. Just going to slide that in there, like so. Get the general idea. Push that down to get a nice flat finish. Just using the window frame to actually clamp it, but I might put a clamp on there in a minute. Okay, so my iPhone just ran out of battery, so I had to go and get the charger. Don't ever get an old iPhone. So I got my clamp in place, just holding a bit of cardboard on there. That's just to keep this flat because the edge was pushing up that way, so I'm just trying to keep this flat, nice flat base. So I'm going to mix up some putty now. Just got this stuff from B&Q. It's only £5 or something. Metal epoxy putty. Metal epoxy putty. Just get a small amount like that. Take off the wrapping, and you've got to knead it. Really knead it together, so you get a uniform dark grey colour. Because at the moment there's two colours going on in there. And then you've got to basically just. I get a hammer it flat. A bit like pastry, get the shape you want, hammer it flat, and then apply it to where you're trying to fill. Takes a bit of work squishing this together. sorry about the focus, guys. It's obviously a bit low light conditions and I'm filming up close, so it's not the best focus on my iPhone. So here it is mixed. I'm just going to get a general shape that you want to match the space you're going to fill. So just a bit like plasticine, and then hammer it flat, which I can't do with the camera in my hand, so just applying it now. Just want to get the general shape. There you have it, just got my general shape going on there. Just using a knife to straighten the edges. Doesn't have to be amazingly flat. Well, this is the inside of the frame, so you can always sand it down afterwards or grind it back a bit. It says use a wet cloth to get a nice steel finish. I might do that in a minute. That's pretty much it. So there you go. That's one side repaired. I'm going to do the other cross section across here afterwards, and that window will be almost repaired and ready to go back into the opening. Thanks for watching. This is my experiment on repairing Crittall windows in this old 1930s house where just the rain's got into the steel frame windows and they've corroded over time, and we just thought it'd be nice to try and restore them rather than buying new windows. I'll let you know how the other windows go. Thanks for watching. So there we are, there's the finished article. It hasn't quite set yet, but quite pleased with that, and it's a cheap fix. I mean, tube of that putty is only about £5, and I've just replaced the corner of the metal window, so it saves getting a welder in or buying a weldering kit, and I'm hoping that's going to be strong as steel once it's set, which is in about an hour's time.